Hey, what's up, guys? I'm popping these things out like welfare babies. No, no offense to anybody, but so here's the second video, and this one is going to be about the love cycle. I wanted to kind of go into that. I may have touched in it in the last video, talking about you know, what is love and love isn't a feeling and all this sort of stuff. And like I said, I may end up getting a lot of hate for it, but I'm talking it, man. I'm bringing it up. Um, Love is a feeling to a certain regard, right? It's you do feel it, and it starts out in the first half of the relationship, right? Love is a feeling, or sets of feelings in the beginning of the relationship. So when you're dating somebody, or even if you're in a relationship, some people will discover love and some won't, and people wonder why. Or and again, it's that feeling, right? So what happens, and I'm borrowing from the book Love Cycles by Linda Carroll, is it's called The Merge, and I think that's a good appropriate title for it, or the honeymoon stage, whatever you guys want to call it. And a lot of people are familiar with this stage, and it's when your brain releases chemicals, and there's chemical reactions in your brain which create a physical addiction. This is literally a physical addiction to somebody else, so that you physically become obsessed with that person. And oftentimes, this is where people say, "Oh, I can't control how I feel. I can't control how I love somebody," right? Um, and to a certain degree, that is true. You know what I mean? You can't. Like these feelings just happen naturally. Um, but as to why everyone doesn't feel that certain way, well, I mean, I guess that's outside of my scope. I'm not really sure. Some people develop that after a long time. Others may never feel it right away. Um, I mean, some may feel it at certain times, others may not. It does take some time, but this is the infatuation period, and this period is, known to most people. You constantly think about your partner. You're constantly thinking about your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You think they're the best person in the world. They can't say anything wrong. They seem more funnier than normal times. Like they're just you're walking on sunshine, really. You know what I mean? Everything is perfect with this person, and you're the most generous at this time. You constantly want to give gifts, and you want to spend time with this person all the time, and everything like that. And this is a very dangerous time to put yourself in. And the reason why I say this is because this feeling of love can happen to anybody at any time. Oftentimes, people will fall in love with the wrong person. The wrong person. And by that, I mean people you normally would not want to uh, kind of have those feelings for. People who may not be doing things with their lives, or people who may, be into criminal activities, or, those sort of things. The bad guys, good guys, whatever. You want to consider that. And so during this time, I say you have to be very careful, and it's a dangerous time because you may end up picking a partner for the wrong reasons, for this feeling, right? You're picking them for this feeling. They make you feel good, they make you feel happy, and so you're picking them for that reason alone. And that's a very dangerous premise to start off a relationship with. Go back to my old video. You got to understand the idea of the relationship is to make you a better person. And that person isn't doing that for you, they're just helping you, support you on your own journey. Um, so when you realize this, you have to understand that feeling of love is temporary. You get it, and then it's gone, right? You fall in love, and just as easy as you fall in love, you can fall out of love. The idea of falling in love, the idea of just using the word falling, is that you don't have to do anything, it just happens. And the same exact thing with falling out of love, it just happens. And I'm going to do a separate video on falling out of love, and addressing that. That's actually what happened to me in my most recent breakup about a month ago now, falling out of love. But anyway, so in this merge cycle, you don't see the person for who they really are. You are just enamored. And that's a biological process to keep us together long enough so that we can have a child. I mean, during that time, there's a lot of sexual tension. You may want to have the excitement, the newness of having sex with a new person like that, and wanting to have sex all the time is during this period of time, somebody who doesn't like having sex will have sex. I promise you. If you're beginning in love, all you want to do is jump this person's bones and be around them all the time. But you have to understand that you have to slow it down. All right. If you're going to make a good, educated decision about the person you're going to be in a relationship with, or even just, fall in love with, you don't have control over those feelings, but you do have control over the person you're going to have those feelings for. And what I mean by that is take a look at them, right? Ask them about their past. And I don't mean on the first date. Don't start asking them about their exes and all that stuff after that. But you're getting into the idea that you may want to be in a relationship, or you've had several dates. It seems like a reasonable time to ask them about their exes. And the reason why you're doing this is you want to evaluate how they handle conflict. You want to understand, what have they done previously in their past with relationships? Do they constantly jump from one relationship to another? Do they have a history of falling in love with somebody and then not feeling it anymore? How do they do it, right? How did they handle their situations? How did they handle conflict? How did they handle difficult situations? How did they handle somebody that they fell in love with and then decide, you know what? This isn't working out, but they still stick through it anyway. How do they do that sort of stuff? Or do they do it at all? Those are the questions you want to be asking yourself before you let yourself go crazy, because that's what love really is. It's an obsession. So you got to ask yourself those questions. And in this first stage, everything is going fine. Now, this stage usually lasts from as little as a few days to a whole year and beyond. So you can be in this infatuation stage for a while. But after this infatuation stage wears off, it's not coming back. You won't feel that way again. With this person, of course. Obviously, if you get into another relationship, you'll feel it again. But you won't feel this way again. And so a lot of times what happens in a relationship is people start wondering, well, what the hell happened? I mean, 3 months, everything was great. We're having the best time of our lives, going places, doing things, great gifts, birthdays coming up, you're getting the best birthday gift of your life. You're getting the best birthday head you've ever had in your life. And now what's happening? Why are things going differently? And that's the idea that you fall out of love. So in my next video, I'm going to be describing the falling out of love kind of symptom, and then where all the other love stages go. The next 2 stages are going to be based on feelings. After that, it's all logic. It's all skills. It's all within yourself. So remember, the first half of love is all about feelings and all that sort of stuff. And then the second half, if you make it through the first half, is all about skills, working through problems, communication, that sort of thing. And kind of understanding what the long-term situation is with your relationship. So that's it, guys. This is the end of the video. Again, I know it's pretty long, but I'm trying to make these in bite-sized segments so you guys can understand and kind of pick up on the experience. And like I said, like all my other videos, I hope you get something out of this, and we'll see what happens. So bye for now, guys.